Welcome everyone, I'm Pat Mitchell. We're going to be going over a actually quite a few different lessons in this video. We're going to be discussing trades that I took here today on SPY and Qs. So let's just kind of get into it. I'm going to give you a little bit of background here first. So we've all taken trades that don't work. So we ended up taking a trade. It was literally flawless, absolutely flawless, as good of a setup as it can possibly get. Didn't work. I'm going to go over that, and then I'm going to talk about a trade that I took first thing this morning, producing 250%. A little bit more on the upper skill set level because there wasn't a lot of distance. And then I'm going to show you the most important, I think the most important lesson on this is how to truly stalk your prey when it comes to trading. When you go to take that reset trade where there is a red trade in the books, but you know that there is a trade there, how to stalk your prey. So let's get into the charts now and we will rock and roll. Give me one sec. Okay, so now that we are in the charts, let's discuss the first trade that I took here on SPY. Locking in about 250%. So market opens up, dips into the previous close, absolutely beautiful, rips straight up. Now, one of the issues and one of the reasons why I call this actually a little higher skill set level is because of the distance. So it already proved that it was strong here, and it didn't have much more. It's only 20 cents into the previous close. It shouldn't need to test that. What should happen is it should just come straight up. Now, it didn't. It dipped down, and that can freak out all of those longs right in that area. And that's why you need to be cautious in trades like that, okay? So obviously, I'm fine, and if this wanted to come lower, I know how to manage those positions out. So I initiated the trade, didn't get a lot of size to it, obviously, because it was so quick, but that's okay. Banged it, and she ripped. And beautiful trade, roughly 250%, about 235% in and around that area from my entry to best sell. That's not in total, obviously, but from best to best. So really nice trade. Then I want to let's talk about this trade. So market opens up and we have a beautiful level here, and that level is a ton of resistance in that area. It's yesterday's highs, previous days open, and then the previous days high of day as well as previous close. There's a ton of protection in that trade, and there's a lot of distance too. From where it opened up, it went straight up into that level. Beautiful. Executed into that level. It pushed through, which is normal and fine. Generally, we would add into that situation, get out on the retracement. Now, we're working a different sizing program here at TrickTrades right now for a lot of the members. So they're only allowed one contract, and that's to really spot the holes in their game. I've discussed this before. See previous trade recaps for that reason. So it pops up, pulls back. The members that took this and got out when they should have got out, and I'm going to clarify that because it's important for the members to listen to this, they would have got out flat, and that's perfect. It was literally traded perfect. Now here's, and I struggle saying this because I don't want people to take liberties with what I say, and it's a big problem when it comes to traders that are trying to develop consistency. But when you have everything going for you, you have speed, you have distance into a valid support or resistance level, and it wants to go up a little bit higher. So what? On that pullback, the relationship between distance and retracement is real. And generally speaking, I have no problems if a member did not pay themselves on that retracement. Technically, that's what they should have done. But if they didn't, that's okay. Because as it pulls back, this can easily retrace about 50%, which would bring us into the previous day's highs. And that would have been the target on that one. Now, it didn't do that, and it popped back up, pulled back, and then squeezed out, creating a loss. Now, what I did on that, I ended up walking away with a minor, pretty much scratch loss for what I'm used to taking. Added, paid myself, paid myself a little bit, and then just upon squeeze, obviously I got out because I told members do not be holding if it confirms anymore because it's going to go straight up into high of day, which is 2 points from entry, which is too far. So that's okay. Then I said for a reset trade, we need to wait for this level to fail. okay? This level and this level to fail. And then you're gonna wait for what I call a head bump. Now, you got that. And what really sucks, and I could pull in chat, I typed it in chat. Here's the head bump. Boom. You know what I did? I didn't hit enter. And I left the office. And I just noticed as I came back into the office this evening, and I was like, fuck. So I could have given people a heads up, but they should be watching the charts on their own. Anyways, that's okay. But you can see the follow through. That was the trade that I would have wanted to take on a reset. Now I'm going to show you the trade that I did take on the reset, and it involves stalking your prey. Okay, this is really important. So I just want to get a little bit bigger chart for you guys. Okay. So on this one here, do you see where my entry is? My entry to my sell. Now on that, that is about 100% trade in about 15 minutes. How did I know to go short right then and there? See, what people think when they see an entry like that is they think, oh, he just lucked out and he entered and didn't have to wait for it or anything. No, that's not the case. I was stalking this for about an hour previous to pulling the trigger. That takes discipline, patience, and emotional control. Now, I don't want to get involved in a trade that isn't going to work, okay, where it's already been a little bit dicey of a morning, okay? Because I'm already green on the morning, right? I had a $304 loss and then a $1,784 gain on SPY earlier on the long. So I don't want to fuck up my beautiful green day, right? So I'm going to be very particular. And this is what I want to point out to you guys. So there's subtleties to trading, and for some of you, you may be in that under skill set right now and you might not follow, but I'm going to tell you guys anyways. So when you start developing a range, and I'm going to put a level here, I'm going to put a level up at this high. Do you see how in all of these peaks, if you follow my cursor, none of them tested that high of range? Do you see what happened when it did? And I'm going to zoom right in. So this is important. It's the subtleties. The devil's in the details, guys. It's been working all day to come up and test that, and then it sells off. So could have taken that trade, and it would have been a valid trade right into that level, no problem. I wanted to see it pop through, okay? Pop through the level, even slightly, and then reject and sell off. That right there, that's your trigger. It's proven it doesn't want anything to do with above that range. If it cannot squeeze shorts out, it will not squeeze out. Now also, you need to look at the distance. Look at the distance on the day. From low of day all the way up to high of day. From range, it went straight from lows to highs without it really stopping. It didn't do much, man. It went straight up. That's a big deal. It needs to pull back. It needs to retrace, okay? Either it's going to do it at this first level, which it didn't do, or that secondary level. Once it pops through, pulls back, that's it. Lights out, that thing's about to sell off, and it's going to sell off fucking hard, and that's exactly what it did. That's the entry. It's a conviction trade. I hit it with a lot of contracts, locking in about $9,000 on that trade. Easy peasy. So the point to this is stalk your prey. Stalk your prey. Don't be just so quick to enter. Don't be a button clicker. What you want to be a trader, right? A lot of people cannot make that distinction between day trader, swing trader, whatever, or fucking button clicker. You know what I see on social media? All the ones that flap out there? I see button clickers because I've looked at their entries and they're trash. This is what separates the pros from the posers, okay? And you need to decide what type of trader do you want to be. Do you want to be a hack, or do you want to be a true professional that triggers when he or she wants to fucking trigger? Not out of emotion, not out of fucking antsiness, because you saw the signal and you executed, and that's a big deal. So if you want to come learn how to get and achieve and attain all of those tools, come to TrickTrades.com. We'll check you guys tomorrow. Adios.